In this video, we will learn balancing of rotating masses. Consider a thin disc rigidly attached to a shaft which is rotating with an uniform angular velocity of omega. This disc can be a single pulley or gear, a bicycle or motorcycle tire and wheel, a thin flywheel, an airplane propeller, or individual turbine blade, wheel, etc. If center of gravity of this disc lies on the axis of rotation of this shaft, then there will be no problem. But if center of gravity of this disc is away from the center of this shaft, then you can treat this entire disc as a mass m, which is at a distance, a small distance r from the axis of this shaft. In this case, there will be a centrifugal force acting which is equal to m omega square r, and magnitude of this m omega square r remain constant because mass of the disk is constant. Center of distance of center of gravity from the center of rotation of shaft is r, constant. Omega is also constant, but direction of this m omega square r is continuously varying. It causes vibrations to frame and produce noise. So our aim is to reduce this vibration or noise by balancing this mass. What we can do, either we will remove some mass from in this side from the disc, or we will add some mass opposite to this one. This is the plane in which disc is rotating, and this is the centrifugal force acting on this rotating mass. We will attach another mass in such a way so there will be another force, centrifugal force acting opposite direction. Now when these two equal, if these two forces are equal and opposite, then this total force acting on this shaft will be balanced. So we need m omega square r is equal to b omega square b. So omega square is common for both, so mr should be bb. Now suppose there are multiple masses attached in a shaft which are at different distances. This m1 at a distance of r1, m2 at a distance of r2, m3 at a distance of r3. Now these masses can be represented in side view in this way. These are the three masses and their relative angular positions. Because of these masses, force will act, centrifugal force, which is equal to m omega square m1 omega square r1 in this direction. Similarly, m2 omega square r2 in this direction, and m3 omega square r3 in this direction. So omega square is same for all three. We will take resultant of m1 r1 because omega square is same for all, even for balancing mass also. Therefore what we will do, we will try to get resultant of m1 r1, m2 r2 and m3 r3, and we will put this resultant equal to b into b, that is balancing mass and its multiplication of balancing mass and its radius of rotation. Now this bb should be just opposite to the resultant mass, resultant of these three. This is an example. You can see this stone crusher hammer. This is a stone crusher hammer. Here you can see this portion is m1 and its center of gravity here. This portion is m2, its center of gravity here. So we can represent these two in this way, m1 r1 and m2 r2. Now we will put another mass in such a way that which is equal to its resultant. So resultant of m1 r1 and m2 r2 will be along this direction. So opposite to this we have put one mass mb rb omega square, such that resultant of resultant of m1 r1 and m2 r2 should be equal and opposite to mb rb. So this design will be slightly modified. So we will put some extra mass here, this balanced mass, so that this entire system will be in equilibrium. So there are four masses A, B, C and D are attached to a shaft and revolve in the same plane. So all these four masses are in a same plane. The masses are 12 kg, 10 kg, 18 kg and 15 kg respectively, and their radius of rotations are 40 mm, 50 mm, 60 mm and 30 mm. The angular position of the masses B, C and D are 60 degree, 135 degree and 270 degree from the mass A. Find the magnitude and position of the balancing mass at a radius of 100 mm. So this small b is given 100 mm. So we have to determine capital B, that is rotating balancing mass. So first we will prepare a table like this. So there are 4 masses A, B, C and D. Their masses in kg are 12, 10, 18 and 15. Radius 40 mm, 50 mm, 60 mm and 30 mm. So MR in kg mm 480, multiplication of these two, 500. Similarly this is 1080 and this is 450. Now we will draw their relative positions. So the relative positions of B, C and D with respect to A is given. So position of A we can take arbitrarily in any direction. Usually we will take direction of A along x-axis or along y-axis. So I have drawn this A. I have drawn this A along x-axis. So from A to B is given 60 degree, but it is not given angular position in anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction. You can assume any one direction. So I am assuming that B is in anti-clockwise direction to A. So angle of B is 60 degree from A. So this is 60 degree B, and then 135 degree is C. So this is 135 degree, A to C is 135 degree. So 135 means this is 45 degree, these two are 45 degree, and A to D is 270 degree. So 270 degree is this one. So A to D is 270 degree here. Now because of A, B, C and D there will be forces, centrifugal forces. So we will draw these forces here. So along A this force is MR 480. And then along B this is equal to 500, and then C it is 1080, and along D 450. So our aim is to determine resultant of these 4 forces. Now resultant can be determined using analytically or graphically. So first we will take analytical method. For that we have to resolve all the forces along x direction and y direction. So first we will resolve along x direction. The summation of fx. So what I am doing is I am determining x component of all the forces and adding all these x components. So x component of 480, it is along x direction, positive x direction, so it is 480. Now x component of 500 is towards positive direction, so 500 cos 60. 1080 in negative direction, opposite to the in opposite direction in second quadrant. So it is negative 1080 cos 45, and component of 450 is 0 because it is along y direction. So its x component will be 0. So when you solve this, you will get minus 33.67. Similarly, you will get sigma fy. So y direction, y component of 480 is 0. Y component of 500 is 500 sin 60 along positive direction. Similarly 1080 sin 45 along positive y direction, and 450 is along y direction and negative direction, so it is minus 450. When you solve this, you will get sigma fy is equal to 746.68. So resultant of all these forces will be R is equal to root over sigma fx square plus sigma fy square, which is R is equal to 747.4. Now direction of this resultant can also be determined using sigma fy upon sigma fx. So theta is equal to tan inverse sigma fy upon sigma fx. So sigma fy is 746.68 and sigma fx I have taken positive here, 33.67. You have to take always positive values. So you will get value of theta between 0 to 90 degree. So what you are getting is 87.42 degree. But we have to take account of this negative and positive. Now sigma x is negative, that is in this direction, and sigma fy is positive, that is in this direction. Therefore this angle 87.42 degree is the angle from x axis in second quadrant. So this is positive, this is negative x direction, this is positive y direction. So this theta is angle of resultant is along this direction, 87.42 degree from x axis in second quadrant. So this is the direction of resultant. Now this value 747.4 should be equal to balance mass into small b, but small b is given, BB should be equal to 747.4 and small b is given, B is equal to 100 mm. So put this value, you will get capital B is equal to 747.4 divided by 100. So 7.47 kg. So this is our answer. So using this 7.47 kg balance mass, you can completely balance this system. Now what is the direction of this B? This B should be opposite to this unbalanced resultant force. So resultant force is in second quadrant. So this balance mass should be in fourth quadrant. So we will draw this in fourth quadrant. 360 minus 87, that is 273 degree in fourth quadrant. So this is 87 degree in clockwise direction, or you can say 273 degree in anti-clockwise direction from A. So this is our answer. Now the same thing you can determine using graphically also. So what we have to do, this is the balancing mass at an angle of 87 degree in fourth quadrant. Here one extra column I have added. This column is for scale. I have taken scale 200 kg mm is equal to 1 centimeter. So in this column, each value will be divided by 200 kg mm divided by 200. So whatever you get, that will be your length. So 480 divided by 200, you will get 2.4. Similarly, this is 2.5, this is 5.4, and this is 2.25. So we will draw these forces 480 with a length of line equal to 2.4 centimeter, 500 as 2.5 centimeter, etc. So now this is x along positive x direction. So we will start from some point and using this scale. So we will draw 2.4 centimeter horizontal line towards right. So this is 2.4 centimeter towards right. So this is your first force. Now at this point, draw one plus sign, and from this plus sign put this protractor here and draw 60 degree to draw this 500. So 60 degree is, this is 50, this is 60. So somewhere here you will get 60 degree. This is 60 degree. Now draw a line. Now length of line should be 2.5 centimeter. So put scale and draw 2.5 centimeter. So this is 2.5 centimeter. 1, 2, 2.5 centimeter. Now from this point again draw one plus sign, and then you will draw this 1080. It is 45 degree in this direction 45 degree. So put protractor here, and from this side we have to take 45 degree. This is 40, so this is 45 degree. Here you will get, so this point is 45 degree. Now remove this protractor and take scale, and this length is 5.4 centimeter. So 5.4 centimeter, put here 5.4. So here you will get the actual point. I have drawn this, removed. So this is your final point here. Now next force is 450. So draw 450 vertical line. 450 means 2.25 centimeter line. So I have drawn 2.25. So this is approximately 2.25. Draw this line vertical downward. Now join these two, which will represent resultant. So resultant will be from this point to this point, and opposite to resultant will be from this point to this point. So we have to draw, or we have to take balance mass from this point to this point. So draw this line and draw arrowhead. So by using these forces, this entire system will be in equilibrium or will be balanced. So this is our balance mass, balance force. So this balance force you can determine, take this length. So when you take this length 1, 2, 3 and 3 point, approximately 3.8 you are getting. So 3.8 centimeter length you are getting. So force is equal to 3.8 centimeter into this scale 200 kg mm. So 3.8 into 200, that is 760 kg mm you are getting. So this is your balance force. Now this force should be equal to B into B, 760, and small b is given 100 mm. So B into 100 is equal to 760. Solve this. you will get B as equal to 7.6 kg, same what you have got using analytical method. And angle, you can measure this angle. This is in fourth quadrant. You can see this force is along fourth quadrant, and angle you can see this is 80, 85, 87. Approximately this line is 87 degree. So in clockwise direction from x-axis, in clockwise direction 87 degree. So this is 87 degree in clockwise this direction, and if you take in anti-clockwise direction, the same will be 273 degree. So this is what 760 and 87 degree in clockwise direction. So this is your balance force. Balance mass will appear like this. In next video, we will discuss balancing of masses when these masses are in different planes. Thank you for watching this video.